Welcome back. Welcome back to the conversation where I, Khan, try to help you and myself a little bit every time we do these little videos. I want to welcome you guys back. I hope you guys had a great week so far. We're off to another Monday, and I kind of leave this with this little bit of wisdom, I would say, with the guys out there and gals about your management of time and how ultimately we don't get that much of it. When I am moving throughout my day and I'm trying to do 10,000 things at once, with over 3 to 4 months of backlogged work at the moment, while working on my own projects, my own video game project, getting my print business started here, my print clothing business started here in my home, funding that, getting a Kickstarter on its way for my anthology for my daily comic. There are a ton of time sinks that will inevitably slow down the production of everything you do. But those things are sometimes necessary. You're thinking to yourself, what's a necessary time sink? No such thing, right? Not always correct. There comes a time in your day when you are an entrepreneur, on top of being an entrepreneur, having a family, having kids, having a second job, or your first job. This is your passion project. You're trying to get off the ground, become your main source of income, where you need to step back and just let your mind go free, doing something else, or watching something, or playing a game. You fill in the blank. Reading a book, watching an anime. There becomes a time where that one episode you watch on Netflix or the one episode you watch on Crunchyroll becomes 3 episodes to 5 episodes. And you look up, you come home from work, you plan on getting some design work done, you plan on learning a new skill, you planned on watching a Blender tutorial, and it's 4 a.m., you've got nothing accomplished. You've watched the anime, you've played the game, you've sunk your time in, and ultimately you don't have much to show for it outside of the nagging feeling that I should have been doing something else. And don't feel alone at all. We've all been there. I've been there recently. I think the important thing to realize, and the one important thing to come to grips with, is that time sinks happen. The problem comes with not realizing that your entire downtime away from the things we have to do, as opposed to things we want to do to become better at the skills we want to achieve, that's kind of where it gets sticky. What I've done, personally, this is my little advice to you, is when I am done, with the thing that I believe is a time sink, I will do that thing for 1 hour, or I set a timer for 2 hours. Like I want to get 3 hours of design work done tonight. I've got 4 hours, on top of my my other stuff I gotta do. I'll set a timer for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Alarm goes off. You hit the alarm. You pause the show. You stop the game. I unplug. I crank open my page. I need to get something down. This strategy sounds like it's a no-brainer, right? Like most things, this sounds like common sense until you actually put it into actual play. Setting a timer, making a dates on what you want to do, writing down what you want to do, and importantly, some people use notes, some people use like Trello and Notion and all these kind of online apps. I just have a plain notebook that I just write everything down in. the things I want to do, the orders I need to get done. I need to make a website for my game dev studio. That's down in another book over here. I got 2 books. This is my order book, my plan book. I just go down my list. If I have downtime, it's not something that is in order of priority that needs to get done today. I'll get that done first, and then it's off the list. And I got something else I need to do, and get that off the list. That has literally allowed me to, start another t-shirt design business around NFTs or HFTs that are anti-NFT. That's allowed me to, begin learning how to make video games. That's allowed me to begin my study of, Blender. That's allowed me to learn how to make PNG tubers. All these minor pockets of time that can be lost on the YouTube hole of like watching things that I believe are entertaining. I like watching videos on very bad movies and their reviews on them. I find I'll have that on, but I'll work on something else. If it completely takes my attention away, I don't have to. I need to set a timer, because ultimately, when I reach the end of 2022 and we're rolling in 2023, I want to have these key items done. I want to have my 2 courses out. I want to have a beginning understanding of Blender. I want to have this extra income rolling into my business. And ultimately, when we distract ourselves, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, 4 hours becomes 8 hours. 8 hours becomes 40 hours. And, you've lost 150 hours this year or more being distracted, taking away from the thing that ultimately is going to bring you much more joy and happiness and hopefully more income. So you basically have to re-engineer and retrain your entire personality, because like most humans, we use the path of least resistance. And watching things are very passive, as opposed to constructing things, which are very active. But activity will grow you in more ways, both mentally and emotionally and financially, that you got to break through that barrier, that resistance barrier. That's going to bring you, that true sense of conquering. Oh, he said it. It's on the coffee mug. He said it. Bam. That allows you to become, well known enough to get your own deal with a coffee company, or get your own deal with, a shaker company, or whatever you want to do. If you want to, have your name on the side of buses, I don't know what you want to do. But if you have those things in mind, of the things you would actually like to achieve and be recognized for, set the timer. Make the list. Write that shit down. And not only writing it down, act on it, and then check it off. You can use your online stuff. I'm gonna stick to paper because I need to see it, and I like to, physically and mentally, my brain, it feels more happy when I'm like, I scratch them off the list. So that's my little bit of Monday wisdom with you. It is a beautiful rainy day here. It was 80 degrees last night. I am enjoying this weather way too much because it's cooled off in here by a great deal. But I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm still got other things on the back burner that'll release soon. Our next Patreon design workshop will be this upcoming Saturday at 2 o'clock. So if you're a $5 patron, you can pick up the Discord link there. I'll assign you a role, and we'll be doing our maybe 3-hour discussion. We'll review your portfolio. We'll take a look at your illustrations, your designs. We'll talk about the art business and how to improve it. improve your branding. We'll be talking about all that stuff. Any questions you got for me, and we'll be doing it in a design, in a creator setting with other creators. So if somebody asks a question, it may be the answer to the question you're going to ask. You can ask a new question. That's been going really well. That's like one of the best things I've done all year. So pick up your cup of King's Coast. Pick up your Conquer Roast. KingsCoastCoffee.com. Use code Conqueror at checkout. Like and subscribe. I guess people are watching the video and not liking it and not subscribing. That's cool, I guess. But it's time to start my stream. You guys be safe out there. Keep fighting the good fight. Please break out your phones, set your timers before you start jumping to these sinkholes, and just get out there and make the stuff you want to make. Yeah.